Hey guys, we are live. I'm Jeff with eBay Addicts, and today, from popular demand, I got my man Jeff is back on the channel. How you doing today, Jeff?
Yeah, what's going on, guys? Thank you for having me back on. Thank God everything is good. It's out here hustling every day, getting to our purpose.
Yeah,
Work nonstop, 7 days a week, no
I'm with you,
breaks.
bro. Right. So, for the people that may not know who you are, real quickly, go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience. Tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and tell them what it is that you do, Jeff.
Of course. So I'm Jeff. I'm 29 years old. I'm from Miami, Florida, and I've been actively flipping phones for the past 5 years. This is something that I learned, just going on YouTube. How do I make more money on the side? Best side hustles, top 10 side hustles. And I remember a video came across on flipping phones, and from there I pretty much just ran with it. And the first year wasn't easy. It was a lot of figuring out, going through the obstacles, trying to perfect it, what works, what doesn't work, and then eventually, you perfect your craft, and you just, like I said, run with it. Just keep being consistent with it every day, and just flip phones, flip phones, flip phones. That's all I do.
Okay, cool. So, tell people kind of so you're watching YouTube videos one day. That's how you got started on flipping phones. Tell people how you've been doing in this phone flipping business, real quick. I don't want to put you on the spot, but tell everybody how much money you made last year because you don't work like a regular full time 9 to 5 job. This is all you do is go around and flip phones and teach people how to do it, right?
Yeah, so last year, thankfully through hard work, I made 180K last year. So, I mean, it feels good. It really does to sit there, be someone who started off from nothing, putting down laminate flooring, carpet, flooring in apartments, making $300 a week while at the job with the headsets in my ear, listening to, side hustles, stumbling across this iPhone flipping business, the reselling business, of course, and just working hard the past 5 years. It wasn't always easy, but 5 years later, I made 180K. You definitely have to put the work in, but when you do, man, it feels good.
Right. And so, Jeff, you don't have a boss, you don't have a uniform, you don't have to report to nobody. That's just you out here in the streets hustling, doing your thing, making connections, meeting people, flipping cell phones and all that. So, realistically, if a newbie wanted to get started reselling phones, how much money you think they could make a week? Because the title of our video is how you can make $1,000 a week. Is that doable? What would you say to that?
Of course, it's doable. Now, if you do the offer up method in the marketplace, those may not be the most effective ways to do it. I mean, you're gonna pick up maybe 2 to 3 phones a week, which could translate to $200 to $300 profit a week, which is fine if that's your only way of doing it. Let's say you don't want to get involved with the program or mentorship, you could do that. But if you want to be consistent and get phones every day, whether it's even just one phone a day, 2 phones a day, you can easily hit that mark. Just think about it. I was on Google the other day and I looked up how many iPhones are in circulation. Like I always say, there's 780 million iPhones out here just moving around, just floating about. So
Right.
we have the new iPhones that are coming out in 2 weeks. The 14, the 14 Pro, and the 14 Pro Max, along with the Apple Watch and the MacBook and the iPad that are coming out. So I mean, there's really a ton to work with on top of that. So now we're looking at
Yeah.
close to a billion devices in circulation that we could actively be flipping. So this is very doable. It's just the point of the matter is having someone that could guide you through the process, because you will make mistakes in the beginning if you don't know what you're doing. You gotta know how to inspect the phone, know what to look out for, run an IMEI, have a good solid IMEI checker that you can rely on. That way, once you're buying these phones, you know if the phone's unlocked or not unlocked and things of that nature.
Yeah, and when you're buying a phone from somebody, you don't know if it's been blacklisted. You don't know if the phone is paid off. There's a lot of stuff that's involved in it. You don't know if there's something wrong with it. If somebody dropped in the swimming pool, like you wouldn't know just from first glance, just by looking at it, unless you were, you dealt with it every day and you were able to kind of educate yourself. So on average, Jeff, when you buy a phone, let's say I called you up and I said, "Hey, I have a phone I want to sell you." On average, how much do you make? About $100 every time you flip a phone, or what would you say you make on average?
100 profit a phone. You got to get in mind, we got to be realistic now. There's going to be some phones you can only make 50, 70, 80 on, but then look at the bright side. There's a lot of phones that you're making 200, 250 on. I mean, I have a video on my YouTube channel where I bought a iCloud Lock 13 Pro from a security guard. I paid her 270. When I get there, I inspect the phone. So on these iCloud Lock devices, you're not going to be able to, check the IMEI by going to the settings. What you need to do is grab the phone, eject the SIM tray that's on the side of the phone. So like a little pin, the little hole, you're gonna stick a pin through it, take it out and then flip the metal tray over, and there's a number starting with 35, the IMEI, it's engraved into the tray. So I quickly searched up that phone while I was with the lady, and before I give it 270, I wanted to do the IMEI check, and it came back as iCloud off, just a digital passcode on it. So by having just a digital passcode on it and no iCloud, I'm able to remove that digital passcode and then resell that phone to my private buyers for a lot more. So I paid 270, sold it for I don't know, 865. So that's $595 profit right there off one phone. And that happens, it's not an everyday thing, but I want to say, 4 or 5 times a month I'll stumble across a phone like this where I'm able to, hit the jackpot with it. So
Yeah,
it's just
I
a
saw
matter of
some videos on your channel where you said you made $800-900 in a day just buying and flipping and reselling phones. So talk a little bit about that, because it's not like an everyday thing, but it does happen, right?
well, for the most part, on average, I'm making literally between $500 to like $1,200 a day, depending on if it is slow or not. But regardless of the situation, I'm always been making over $500. There's times I made 1,700. There's days where I made 2,000 a day. But that's different, So it's not to compare me with someone who's just starting. Obviously I've been doing it for 5 years. I have clientele. I have repeat customers. I always tell my customers, if you know someone who has a phone, I'll shoot you $25 as a referral fee. At the level that I'm at, I'm running ads like a maniac. I'm probably spending $1,000 a week on just advertisement. So I'm gonna be able to,
Yeah.
get the results, and just because I'm spending that much money. But you don't need to spend that much money. You can
All right.
easily spend $100 a week on advertisement and make $1,000, $1,100 profit.
Okay, so
Easily.
explain a little bit about how you come in contact and how you find these phones, right? How do you get how do you get leads? How do you find the phone? And then explain how you sell them, because you don't just flip them and sell them on eBay, right? You have a certain method that you use. So tell people a little bit more about your process of how it works.
So how I get the phones is by running Facebook paid ads. I run ads within a 45-mile radius of where I live. So everyone in that area is going to be able to see my ad that says, we buy phones, get cash today. So what I'll do is I'll set up the algorithm through the Facebook ad managers to go ahead and target everyone who has a phone or who needs cash today. So that works to my advantage. Then I do Craigslist, and I have two local marketing strategies that are in my program. These are powerful heavy hitters. You're going to get a lot of calls. So I really rely on 4 strategies where I'm attacking for every position to get as many people as possible to view my ad and contact me. Now, once I get these phones off the customers, I buy low and resell for a higher price to my private buyers. Wholesale private buyers, same thing. They're not just buying. There's no limit to how many you have to sell to them. It could be one phone, it could be two, it could be three. I always be smarter to sell two and up. But regardless of the situation, I have a dedicated buyer that I sell these phones to, regardless of the condition. They could be cracked, they could be damaged in any way, shape, or form. They could be blacklisted. They could be locked to a carrier, meaning that the phone is financed. Someone went out to T-Mobile, for example, and the phone is at $1,200, and they put maybe a down payment for $100. Maybe they put no down payment, and they're just leasing the device as part of their contract. But let's say they stop paying that phone off. Well, we also buy those phones as well, so they don't have to be paid off. That doesn't matter. They still buy it all. Unlocked phones, the Apple Watches, the iPads, and MacBooks, and even Samsungs. Like yesterday, I uploaded a video where I had picked up a Note. I think it was a Note 10, I believe, for $30 because it was locked, right? But I went ahead and I unlocked it and sold it for $130. Quick $100 profit off that phone. So these are phones that you're able to buy, manipulate, whatever the case may be, and sell to the wholesale buyers. They're gonna give you cash for this every single time. They're always gonna be buying these phones. Well, not cash, but PayPal invoices or wiring the money or Cash App. But the point is, you have a steady source to consistently sell these devices to.
Yeah, so the cool thing is that you don't have to pay eBay fees, and you don't have to sit around and wait for the item to sell and box it up and ship it out. You already have private buyers lined up, and you already have like a little, I call it a cheat sheet. So when someone calls you up, and let's say I call you up and I say, hey, Jeff, I want to sell you this phone here. You already have like a little list in front of you of how much you can pay for the phone and how much you're going to be able to sell it for. So before you pull the trigger and say, yeah, I want to buy this phone, in your mind, you already have, say, okay, this is the spread, this is the margin of how much money I'm going to make if I buy this phone from this person, right?
Correct. So the buyers, they provide me with a price sheet for everything, from the oldest model to the newest model in any condition. So it's a great thing to have. It's a great system because no matter what the phone looks like or what condition it is or the status, I'm gonna just be able to refer the price sheet, see what my buyers are paying, and just deduct 100. So if I'm getting paid, let's say 250 for a phone by my buyers, I'll offer my customer 150. And that's how I go about the business. Then I get there, and if there's some issues with the phone, say there's too many scratches, or there's nicks around the body frame, or the battery health is too low, the actual battery health, not the percentage that it's actually charged up, I'll deduct 20, $30 here and there. I'll try to finesse it and try to lowball them, but kindly. I'm not trying to kill them and hit them over the head, but I'm giving them valid reasons on why I have to deduct, maybe 20 or 30 on it, and I prove the evidence. It's, hey, look, this is why. Look at the condition. You didn't mention this part, So that's how I'm able to secure the bag and get these phones for a low rate, selling for a higher profit margin.
All right, Jeff. So, do you have any tips or advice as far as negotiating? So, if I called you up and I said I wanted to sell this phone, how do you negotiate to get a better rate so you get more profit margin in there? Do you have any tips or tricks or advice for people?
Yeah. So for my script, a lot of people, they try to ask too many questions about the phone. I don't. So I ask 3 questions. I ask them, is the phone paid off? Whether the phone is paid off or not doesn't matter to me. It means nothing, because I know the customer is most likely lying 80% of the time that the phone is paid off. It's not paid off, or they don't know what I mean by when it's paid off. So just by me saying that, I'm able to give them a higher value, because obviously a phone that's paid off, it's unlocked for any carrier, and a phone that's not paid off, it's locked and tied to a specific carrier. So they're assuming that I'm gonna give them a higher price. So I'll tell them, okay, I'll give you 500 for it. Uh, Perfect, cool. No, no. Let me retract myself. Before I even give them the offer, ask if it's paid off or not. They'll say yes, or most of the times yes. Then I'll ask them, is it the highest amount of gigabytes? No one really has the highest amount of gigabytes in any phone. But by making them say no in their head, they're saying, okay, no, that's the first one. They're devaluing the value of their phone already. Then I ask them, do you have the original box and charger? Most people don't have the original box. No, I don't have the original box. No, again, it's the second no. So now I make them feel like their product is worth less. So that's how I get them. So, then I'll tell them 500 for the phone because they say it's paid off. Once they come to me thinking they're going to get top dollar for it, I'm going to check the IMEI on my checker, and literally 8 times out of 10, it's going to come back as carrier lock finance. So then I'm able to tell them, look, your phone is not paid off. I know it's you 500. I'll give you 350, and that's how I'm able to make my profit margins on it.
Okay. Now, what would be your top 2 or 3 tips or piece of advice to help a newbie get started? Because I know you offer a coaching or a training program, but before we get into that, I want you to kind of give us just general knowledge. What will be your top 3 tips or piece of advice to help somebody who is new as far as flipping and reselling phones? What would be your top 3 tips, piece of advice to help them out?
I would tell you, one, to hit offer up in marketplace. Yeah, it may not be the most effective. Yeah, it may not be the greatest form of doing it, but you're gonna be able to make anywhere from $100 to $200 extra a week doing that. So stick to OfferUp and Facebook Marketplace. And even though you're competing with a bunch of other people who also want that one device, and even though it's gonna be hard to get in contact with a person who's not that eager to sell a phone, you're eventually gonna have to hit someone who's willing to work with you and let that phone go to you. So just stay consistent. Don't give up. Get your feet wet. Do the OfferUp method. If you have to. If you have no other way, if you can't get into a training or get into a course, just do that until you build yourself up a little bit more. I would. My second advice would be watch as many YouTube videos in the business. Learn about it. Learn what all the terms mean. What the business consists of. If you guys have to, go to my YouTube channel, Money Man Jeff, where I talk more about it and then get a better idea on it. And I mean, those are really 2 tips. I mean, I really can't give too much information out. Besides that, I mean, the first things first would be watch videos, inform yourself, get a general idea. That way, you're able to attack offer up and Facebook Marketplace to get your feet wet. And once you get your
Yeah.
feet wet, seek some type of a program or course. That way, you're able to scale up. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to maintain you're making $100 to $200 profit a week. And even then, I had someone call me today that bought my training, and he told me, "Yeah, I was doing offer up for a while now, and I mean, there's some weeks I don't get anything. There's some weeks I make 300. Some weeks I make 200. It's just not consistent. It's very inconsistent, unreliable. But if you're just treating it as an extremely super side hustle, like a couple steps under actual side hustle, then I guess it'll work. But definitely just stick through it until you can find someone to mentor you and get you through the process. Because you're gonna make mistakes if you don't know what you're doing. You can watch all the videos in the world. There's gonna be certain things that you don't know. Not everyone on YouTube is giving you their complete 100% expertise on the industry. So you're gonna have to come across some hiccups and mistakes. So it's just part of the learning curve if you want to if you do decide to take it on your own.
All right, now Jeff, I got a question. If I have a full-time job, let's say I work a regular 9 to 5 job, and I want to just flip and resell phones on the side, can I do that and then
Of
still keep
course,
my full-time job? Is that doable?
of course.
Okay, so
I
you
mean,
could
look,
just maybe
I mean, most people sell their phones after 6:30 p.m. anyways. There's times I'm picking up phones from 6:30 p.m. till about 12 a.m. at times. I've
right.
been
And
instances where I'm picking up phones at 1:30 in the morning. So then we have
would
the
you have a
weekends.
do you have a place that you meet people? Do you meet them at a gas station or a Walmart, or where do you meet these people at?
So typically speaking, I'll meet them at the 7-Eleven down the street from my house. It is 24 hours. So I'll stay in my car. I don't ever get out of my car. I'll sit in my car, lower the window, have them walk up to my window, and then I'll go ahead and inspect the phone. I'll hold them. What I like to do to make them feel comfortable, while I'm grabbing the phone and inspecting it, I'll check the IMEI and I'll give it back to them. That way they feel like I'm not going to take off with the phone. Then once I get the IMEI checker on it, the results, I'll be like, hey, let me inspect it. I'll look at it, make sure everything is good. Put it down on my armrest, and then I'll take out the cash and give it to them. So the 7-Eleven method for me is one of the best. There's times people don't want to do that, and then if that's the case, I'll just go into a Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts. And most of the time, the people can only meet up after 6:30 p.m. and then on the weekend. So if you're free on the and if you have available that schedule, you can make it happen. You know.
All right. All right, now Jeff, explain people a little bit about what you offer as far as your coaching and training course. So, if someone's a newbie, they've never flipped and resold phones before. I mean, the main thing to me, it looks like, is you're going to have to run ads to get people to call you. You're going to be able to have to negotiate, actually meet the person, pick the phone up, and then the third part of it is that you have your private buyers list of people that are ready to buy your phone, even if it doesn't power on, even if the screen is cracked, even if it's damaged or something wrong with it, you have a list of buyers ready to buy, right?
Yeah, that's correct. So, in the training that I offer you guys, I'm teaching you guys how to run Facebook paid ads. That's the first thing. Facebook paid ads. These Facebook paid ads, I'm going to teach you guys the detailed targeting, the keywords you need to insert into the detailed targeting, demographics, the ad placements, and many other things you have to select and check off. That way, once you publish this ad, it's going to target literally everyone in your area to view your ad and go ahead and contact you. Now, take in mind, I'm helping you create a business page. That way, when people contact you, they're not, contacting your personal Facebook page. They're contacting the business page, so it looks more professional. Then I'm giving you guys the ads, like 28 ad images, 10 headlines for you to go ahead and just copy and paste it into the system. So I'm making everything extremely easy for you guys. I'm showing you how to set it up step by step, what ads to use, what headlines to use, and then I'm teaching you guys the Craigslist system, 2 local marketing strategies. These are all going to be extremely beneficial for everyone to start getting phones. If not the next day, on day 2. I mean, this is instant. This is not something you have to sit back and wait for the calls to come in within a couple of days. No, it's almost instant. So then, besides that, I teach you guys how to inspect the phone. I give you guys an IMEI checker, which is very important. You want to be able to tell if a phone is a fake phone or a clone phone. It's rare, but it happens. There's people out there that are, just not that good of people that just want to try to scam you. So you got to be, attentive and aware of these issues. So I go through the whole inspecting process from A to Z. The IMEI checker, to check if the phone is blacklisted, reported stolen, reported lost, unlocked. I run through the whole thing in detail for you to have a great understanding on it. Then, like I said, the wholesale buyers, people are going to buy the phones off you. And I give you guys free mentorship. So once you guys join the program, you can contact me every single day. I'm on my phone. I'm on my time, so it does not matter. I'm not tied down to a strict schedule. So there's no reason why I can't be able to help you through your journey and give you guys the needed information to be successful. On top of that, I give you guys access to my Facebook group. It's a private group where other people who are in the program are active, communicating, helping each other out. So you're not tackling this alone. In other words, you're gonna have a support system and someone to 100% guide you through the process. Because at the end of the day, like I want everyone to be successful and everyone to be motivated to change their lives around for a better future. Um, but that's what comes with the program. I do have it on sale till Wednesday for $97, but I'll extend it till Friday for anyone coming through your channel, Jeff.
I appreciate it. You see, guys, not only do I bring you guys legitimate guests on to help teach you how to make money, but we even get you a discount on the course. What's the regular price of the course? If they don't tap in now, what's the regular price?
$497.
Okay, so you see, the course is like usually $500. It's on sale right now for $97. Actually, I talk to Jeff regularly, either on his phone or on Instagram. So we talk on a regular basis. And so Danny has a question that says, "Is there a link to the course?" I have all the links down below if you want to go ahead and follow our guest. He has his own YouTube channel, and also there's a link if they want to book a call with you or buy your course, right?
Yeah, so what I suggest they do is, I'm gonna send you the link right now to book a call with me. Once they book a call, they have to let me know where they came from. Say, hey, look, I came from Jeff, and we're gonna just chop it up. I'm gonna discuss what it is, covering, ask them some questions, make sure this is right for them. Because the day I'm not trying to push the course on anyone. I just want to make sure this is for you. This is about genuinely helping people, progress in life. I just don't want to sell something to sell something. I want to talk to you, make sure you guys have every question you have answered, and then I'll send you the link to sign up if you're interested.
Yeah, so guys, I have a link down below in the description below. If you click on the little link, it says book a call with Jeff. You can do that. And then Jeff, you can schedule a time to book a call with Jeff, and then he can get you signed up for the course. And like I said, usually the course is $500. Right now, he has it on sale for $97. So if it sounds like something you're interested in, it's a free call. You can at least book a 101 free call with Jeff to get more information to find out if it's for you or not. And the reason why I like this idea with Jeff is because if you work a full-time job, you can still buy and resell phones. The phones are small, they're not real big, they don't take up a lot of space in your house. You already have buyers lined up to buy the phones, and you're going to get cash on the spot. So when you buy it and you flip the phone to the wholesaler, how long does it take for you to get paid?
For me personally, the moment I have my batch of phones today, I go on PayPal, I write an invoice, and I submit it within 2 to 3 hours. I'll receive payment. Now, everyone getting started, that won't be the case. You have to build some type of relationship with them. So I want to say there's been situations where I've seen people do 5 transactions, 6, 7, 8 transactions before the buyer stops paying them upfront before they ship the product. So me, I'll get 10 phones, for example, right now. Make a quick invoice. Let them know what I have. Submit it. I'll bring the grand total up. They'll pay me in 2 to 3 hours. Then I ship the phones out. So that's the perks of having a wholesale buyer, and the importance to build a relationship with them. You want to be reliable. You want them to trust you. It's only going to benefit you and get you to the next level.
Okay, cool. So, guys, we're live. If you have questions for guests, you can drop it in the chat. I'm going to give everybody a shout out in the chat. I want to get a shout out to Substance D is here. Sun Gaze says, I came in late. I wanted to give a shout out to Danny Guerrera. Yeah, there is a link down below. Alexander says, sub. Thanks for that. And Hagen G says, anyone knows the price of the course? We just talked about that right now until Friday. He has a sale going on for Labor Day. It's only going to be $97 if you want to sign up for the course. You have to kind of invest in yourself. You're going to kind of learn a new skill set that's going to pay off in the future, month after month after month. Now, Jeff, do you have any other knowledge or piece of advice or words of wisdom that you can leave our audience with?
Just stay consistent. Get out the rat race. You gotta take a risk. Without risk, you're not gonna get anywhere. It may seem scary. Believe me, I was nervous too. When I left my job, only gave me $300 a week. But at some point, you gotta call it quits and get to the next level. This is something that's honestly gonna help you. Improve yourself. Or even use the phone flipping as a stepping stone to get to the next level, because iPhones is something that's always gonna be around. Everyone has one. Everyone knows someone with one. So you're gonna be able to pretty much take advantage of this business model where there's an abundant amount of phones out there, and I'm just here to help you guys through every step of the way and just motivate you that this is possible for you guys to do. Even if you're making 1,000 a week, 1,500 a week, it's very possible. So my only advice that I give you is just stay focused and stay consistent. That's it.
Well, $1,000 a week is 50 grand a year. There's people that went to college for 4, 5, 6, 7 years or whatever to get a master's degree, and they struggle to make 50 grand working a full-time job. So Jeff's here to answer all your questions and help you guys out. Tell them where they can find you and follow you at on YouTube. I have your link down below. We'll let them know where they can go by and follow you and check you out. If nothing else, they can at least go check your YouTube channel out and get free information, right?
Of course, yeah. I appreciate that too as well, So yeah, so you can follow me on Moneyman Jeff. Check out my channel on YouTube. Also on Instagram, I'm moneymanjeff_3. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Don't hesitate. I'm here to generally help everyone, even if you don't want to buy the course and just want to ask questions. I'm all right with that. I'm here giving out good information and want all of you to, take it to the next level and succeed.
Well, see, the one thing I want to point out, Jeff, is that if you didn't take action 5 years ago, would you still be at that same job making $300-400 a week, or what would you be doing if you weren't flipping phones right now?
I don't even know. Probably doing the same thing, just working, probably doing another construction gig,
Right.
busting my butt
So
off.
right, you got right, sweating your butt off, right? So you guys, you got to have take some kind of action, whether it's this or something else. If nothing else, you can at least check out Jeff's YouTube channel. He has a lot of other testimonials. He has a lot of other people that he's actually coached and trained in the past, and he's there to answer all of your questions. So I'm gonna have all the links down below. If you want to go follow our guests on YouTube and Instagram, also there's a link down below if you want to go ahead and book a call with Jeff. And remember, the course is only on sale till Friday. After Friday, the price is going to go back up to $500 for the course. So this isn't my course, guys, so I can't control the price of it, but I decided to bring Jeff one while it's on sale. Maybe it can help you guys out. Last video me and Jeff did together had over 3,500 views. So you guys want to jump in, what do they say? You got to make hay while the sun is shining. So get out there and get after it. And if you have any questions or you need help, you can at least book a free phone call with Jeff. He can walk you through the whole process step by step of how to get started. Anyways, you guys have a great day. Until next time, we'll see you guys in the next video. Jeff, do you have any other parting words of wisdom you can leave our audience with?
Not much, man. Just get to it. I mean, there's not much to think about. When you have a good opportunity, you just got to execute and not think so much. Just pursue whatever risk you want to take because it's going to be worth it. Believe me, I took a huge risk leaving Orlando to go back to Miami, to quitting my only job that I was qualified to do because I was not educated. I don't have a formal background in anything. I don't know how to do anything but flip phones. So I was like, you know what? Screw this job. I'm going straight to do phone flipping. So that's all I could tell you. Just take the risk. Take the leap of faith. And when you guys do book a call with me, please let me know you came from eBay Addicts Jeff. That way I know exactly where you're coming from so I can extend that invitation for 97 till Friday. So,
Gotcha. All right, guys. Well, go ahead and check him out. All the links are down below. You can check out his YouTube channel. Check him out on Instagram. Like I said, you can book a free call with him. Until next time, we'll see you guys later. I want to thank our buddy Jeff for jumping on and talking to us about his phone flipping business. And I want to thank everybody in the chat for hanging out with us. We'll see you guys on the next video. You guys have a great day. Bye, everybody.